Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Clock Africa. Today, we dive into the unsettling mess surrounding former NFL star and sports podcaster Shannon Sharpe, a man whose reputation is sinking faster than a stone in deep water. If you haven't heard, Shannon is being sued for a mind-blowing $50 million by an OnlyFans model named Gabriella Zuniga. She accuses him of assault, choking, controlling behavior, and much more. The timing of this lawsuit had many side-eyeing Gabriella, especially since Shannon was negotiating a $100 million media deal. To add more suspicion, Gabriella hired Tony Busby, a lawyer infamous for chasing headlines and settlements. Let's not ignore the fact Gabriella had been begging Shannon for a baby, trying to lock in a paycheck for the next 18 years. At first glance, this situation reeked of a cash grab setup. But here's the kicker. Shannon, with his old creepy ways, should never have been involved with a 19 or 20-year-old model in the first place. A man in his mid-50s chasing barely legal women after being warned repeatedly? Come on now, this is your auntie talking. You should have found a grown woman who could love and challenge you, not someone who could take you down in 2 weekends. But no, Shannon wanted them young and wild, not stable or respectable. When Chad Ochocinco, his co-host on Nightcap, suggested he date Yvonne Orji, Shannon flat out rejected the idea. Yvonne was too black, too old, and worst of all, too wholesome for his taste. Shannon didn't want a righteous woman. He wanted Miss Nasty B. He made it clear he was searching for a sinner, not someone walking a clean path. Chad tried to talk some sense into him, telling him Yvonne could help him grow, but Shannon wasn't hearing any of it. He wanted a freak, plain and simple. And sadly, that decision led him straight into disaster. There's more. Gabriella and her lawyer released some receipts, and let's just say they are ugly. Over 2 years, Shannon and Gabriella had more than 100 BDSM encounters, reportedly consensual, with Gabriella often initiating the wild scenarios. She wanted it rough, tied up, choked, and Shannon, being the old freak he is, gladly played along. But things changed. Gabriella claimed Shannon crossed the line in October last year, assaulting her during one of their encounters. BDSM relationships can get murky fast, and without a clear, safe word, no doesn't always mean no. That's part of the danger when lines between consent and violence blur. Even after the alleged assault, Gabriella kept reaching out, sending explicit texts, asking Shannon for $25,000 per butt cheek. A lot of people are wondering, if she was really assaulted, why would she keep trying to hook up and ask for money? It's messy. Maybe Shannon went too far. Maybe Gabriella built up resentment after feeling used and underpaid. He degraded her during their role plays, cheated with other women, including one he flirted with live on IG, and Gabriella grew tired of it. She started recording their conversations, likely building evidence for her lawsuit. In one recording, Shannon sounds completely unhinged, threatening to choke her whether she wanted it or not. Shannon might have thought it was kinky race play, but the way Gabriella and her lawyer presented it made it seem anything but consensual. To make things worse, Gabriella claimed Shannon assaulted her again in January, ignoring her pleas to use protection and pushing past her boundaries. She sent him a heartbreaking text about crying after he left, and Shannon's cold response, asking if he could call her later, painted him in a terrible light. To top it off, Busby claims Shannon tried to offer Gabriella $10 million in hush money, supposedly to keep the scandal quiet while he was chasing that $100 million deal. Shannon's camp says it was blackmail, but even if that's true, paying someone off doesn't scream innocence. In fact, it hints at a man with skeletons tumbling out of the closet. Rumors are swirling that Shannon has quietly settled with multiple women in the past, including a production assistant he allegedly choked while working on Undisputed. Although Fox and Shannon denied wrongdoing, they still cut her a fat settlement check. And this isn't the only ghost from Shannon's past. Another woman, Michelle Evans, who was in a relationship with him for 10 years, also accused him of abuse. She detailed disturbing encounters during her interview with Tasha K., describing how Shannon forced himself on her, degraded her, and threatened her if she spoke out. She even got a restraining order against him, causing Shannon to step down from CBS Sports back in 2010. Now history is repeating itself. Shannon recently had to leave ESPN under the shadow of this latest lawsuit, and Michelle Evans's case is still active. And though Michelle herself has a criminal record, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Shannon's biggest problem isn't that he chose women with baggage. It's that he chased youth, chaos, and submission over maturity and peace. As long as they were white and wild, he was sold. Shannon's uncontrolled lust, his need for dominance, and his reckless decisions have now cornered him into a place where his brand and career are falling apart. If more women come forward, he's done for good. Even if he wins these legal battles, the court of public opinion has already started handing out the verdict. No major brand will want to work with someone carrying this much scandal and liability. Shannon should have listened. He should have chosen stability over scandal, righteousness over recklessness. But no, he said it loud and clear. He wanted a sinner. He got what he asked for, and now he's facing the fallout. Let us know what you think about this whole mess in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Clock Africa. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.